And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2022, powered by Twitch. If you're just joining us, my name is Konception. I'm going to be hosting for this next run of Magic Trick by Biglaw. I want to highlight a couple of things though. So Biglaw is going to be running a decently short little game here. So right after that is a run of Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, of which we have a challenge and a bid war open for y'all. First, the challenge, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon has a secret ending. Did you know that? Well, we are only just under $600 away from that secret ending, and I would love to get that met in the next few minutes. So go ahead and get your donations in towards that. And absolutely. And if you're interested, Shovel Knight also has a bid war open for the armor color. Currently in the lead is pink with $604, with gold not too far behind at $422.50, and green not far behind that at $375. So really, if you think about it, that is anyone's race if you'd like to change the outcome of that armor color. In the meantime, of course, Pope Karis echoes my sentiment here with a $50 donation saying, GDQ crowd needs to see the secret ending. Let's get those donations in. Let's do it. MK also highlighting another one of our open challenges with their $10 donation saying, love waking up to more GDQ. Is that an Ocarina of Time bonus run incentive? Count me in. Absolutely, that is an open incentive for our bonus game of the Ocarina of Time beta showcase, currently sitting at just under $15,000 out of the $225,000 needed. So if you'd like to see that met as well, feel free to get your donations in. Katie coming in with $100 saying, my husband and I have been watching GDQ for several years now, and this year we are finally in a place to donate. Wonderful event, wonderful staff, let's go fast. Absolutely, Katie, thank you so much for your donation to, of course, MSF or Doctors Without Borders. It is indeed what we are raising funds for. Doctors Without Borders is an international medical humanitarian aid organization that works in over 70 countries around the world, providing life-saving medical humanitarian care and speaking out about what they see in those areas. Their work aids people based solely on need, irrespective of race, religion, gender, or political affiliation. MSF relies mainly on the generosity of individual donors, as over 90% of MSF income comes from private donors giving small amounts, just like all of you very generous people out there donating towards the various incentives and just in general. Thank you so much for all of your generosity. And with that, it is time. I hope you all are ready to see a magic trick because Biglaw is about to do it for us. Take it away, Biglaw.
All right.
Hello? There we are. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Friday morning. We are here with Magic Trick, and I am joined by my friends Bullets.
Hi again.
amyrlinn.
Hello again.
And AngelicKnight.
Hello again.
All right, so we're just going to get into this right away. So, counting down on time. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so... quick rundown on the lore here. We are playing a kid named WizKid, they, them pronouns. We just moved to the Sunset Isles, as you can read, and they're just going to shred around, talk to a pretty neat gator named Delia, and get taught how to skateboard by someone named Tony the Hawk, unrelated to the Birdman himself. So just get a little bit of a pan around the island to see what's up. And the category we'll be running is all stickers, so we'll be helping out just about everybody on the island in some fashion or some way. And yeah.
Helping is also a loose term for what we do for some of these people.
Interacting.
I mean, kind of like throw ourselves at a tree and grab a child. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But here is Tony the Hawk, and we already know everything that we need to know, so we're just going to match through his dialogue, and we get a sticker already.
So this is a skateboarding game. There are tricks. they're technically magic spells. Oh, okay. They're technically magic spells that we do on the right, but we know all of the spells already. They're already inside of us. We just don't know the button combos. But Biglaw, being the pro gamer that he is, has played this game already and knows all the spells.
Whoop. Give me the bird. There we go. So we gotta find all the pigeons scattered throughout the Sunset Isles, and there are 15 in total. So let's be making quick pick stops here and there. And we're already helping out or learning how to do more magic from Delia. Whoop.
So there's one useful one and one not useful one here. Spectacular Speed is really good when you need to go straight. And then Radical Ramp is completely useless. It makes a ramp. Oh,
Yeah,
apologies.
it's all good. Yeah, every time you complete an objective as WizKid, they hit a, quote, fat, nasty dab. So we'll just be helping out people and really hitting. Also, I'm just going to turn that back on because I am forgetful. All right.
So we got to get this child out of the tree. And we're going to do that by
Oh, first try.
first
Nice.
try flying up there. That's
All right,
actually
so we
something
can
difficult.
have this child come around with us. We're going to say nah, and we're going to get okay boomered. And this is so sad, Alexa. All right.
So a lot of this early game is just early game for a 9-minute. We spectacular speed around because ground movement is pretty fast. But now it's time to fly. Fearless Flight is a really difficult spell trick, I guess, to control. And you're going to see why when we actually get the trick info for it, but I'll explain it then.
Just off the angle. That's all right.
You can also set a checkpoint and warp back to it. It makes retrying stuff pretty easy.
Nice grind. There we go.
Nice.
Makes things a little bit easier.
So we're going to do a little bit of flying, a little bit of zooming through the city. And if Biglaw ever needs to slow down at any point, he's got a brake button that he's going to use.
Yep. And whoa, that's not the right direction.
And the air control is pretty finicky here. It's definitely not as easy as some other classic Tony Hawk games.
Yeah, keeping it a bit real with the THPS style of having the game be incredibly short, but we are already gathered most of the pigeon friends that we need to encounter in this run. While I'm grabbing this last one, Converter, if you want to read a donation, that'd be excellent.
For sure, we got a lot of love for you, Biglaw. Acadial donating $50, saying, this game is still absolutely wild to me, both the run and the game itself. And they also end their donation with a happy birthday, Biglaw.
Birthday, Biglaw.
Biglaw.
As is tradition, if it is GDQ, it is my birthday, so happy birthday to you.
Absolutely. Time for one more, or where?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. We have a $25 donation from Sixa saying, happy birthday, Biglaw. 104 train. Choo choo.
104, Place of Legends. All right, and we're gonna grab this last pigeon here. It's you. All right, let's warp back here and talk to Delia for another objective where we're gonna learn a bit more magic, which we already know.
Yep, so now we learn Radical Flight and Daring Dash. And, is that right? Fearless Flight, Daring Dash. Yeah. So this is why Fearless Flight is so difficult. You have to do a 180 spin, but Daring Dash works on the direction WizKid is facing and not the direction that your camera is facing. Also, shout out to Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
All right, fat nasty dab. There we go. That was a really bad dab. I'm holding a controller.
But yeah, so every time Biglaw does a Fearless Flight, he's spinning around 180. And so since WizKid starts spinning, it's really difficult to tell which way they're facing.
All right, and we just talked to Rodney the Rabbit, and we started a race. Very important to select the right dialogue there, or else you get a very long 25-second cinematic that we cannot skip. So, gonna be right here. Gonna set a checkpoint right there, just above some cool pups named Pup and Pupper, and they'll teach us some funky things a little bit later. Stop right here. Talk to Blueberry. And she wants us to deliver a message to her wife, Marmalade, so we will happily do that. And while we're zooming, we'll dash back over to Rodney.
Luckily, given the overall chill vibe of this game, you don't have to win the race, you just have to complete it within 35 seconds. So
It's
as long as you
it's
do that-
fairly lenient.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're learning how to spray paint. So we're just gonna spray paint the ground right in front of them and fat dab. All right.
This game's vibes are
They're very
kill it.
Yeah, Pup and Pupper will give you a new spray paint every 5 trading cards to give them, but it doesn't give us any more stickers or stickers. So I'll bump it. So it's not necessary for the all stickers category. And now with Marmalade, we are going to help her out by using the laws of thermogrind dynamics and heat up her lasagna. Fat dab. And we have accomplished that, so we're gonna go over here to these 3 raccoons named Crash, Mash, and Pistache, and they want us to advertise their concert, so I'm just gonna, first off, just crash into the ground and then spray paint the ground right in front of them. We've advertised. Good job.
We've done it. We've advertised their concert to them.
They know so much about it. All right, setting a checkpoint here, well, a little bit too high, but we can still talk to this pigeon friend right here. And we're actually almost done with the run already. We've gotten most of the stickers. There's WizKid's house. We'll be going there right after we talk to this pigeon. And Delia for the last time over here.
And Delia is the person that's been teaching us the spells all the way through. They talked to us one last time. Cast our favorite spell.
All right. Just did a fearless flight and last dab of the run. All right, and hit them with a no you, and we'll be coming up on time in just a second. But first, very important, we must salute the flag. We must crash and salute the trans flag because it is very important. All right, and time is just in a second, and time. So yeah, helping out all the people of the island, give you a bit of different dialogue here, and we'll just skate around and listen to the credits. So, that's Magic Trick. Just quick shout outs to my friends on the couch being awesome and helping me out on the commentary. Shout outs to GDQ. Been going to GDQ for 5 years now, wearing my first GDQ shirt here, and it has afforded me so many opportunities and meeting so many incredible people, and just having the opportunity to show these things off is fantastic. So. Thank you all for watching. Keep watching GDQ, keep donating to MSF, and have yourselves a wonderful day.
All right. Shout outs to Biglaw for showing us how it's done in Magic Trick. A lot of love still coming in for Biglaw, of course, with Sarah Venza donating $10, saying just about any run of Biglaw's is a run I can get behind. Why not donate and show support for a friend at the same time? And of course, happy birthday, Biglaw. One last one as well from Lady Cyndaquil with $15 saying happy 104th birthday, Biglaw. And with that, just as quickly as it came, my hosting shift has come to an end. But don't worry, I have one last magic trick for you. I'm gonna be here, and we're gonna take a quick, short break, but we'll be left in the wonderful hands of the Kyle Thomas. So thank you so much, and we'll see you right here on the other side.
Hello, everyone. I am the Kyle Thomas. How are we doing today? Hello, hello, hello. What a fantastic morning of runs we have had so far, and we are going to keep it moving. We're going to take you over to Spikevegeta with an interview right away.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2022. I am Spikevegeta and very excited for our upcoming run of Shovel Knight Pocket Adventure being run by my good friend right here, DanTheVP. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm, enjoying the whole week, ready to get the weekend started and, excited to be at the beginning of Friday.
Yeah, you're here for the whole week, which you've got not one, but 2 speed runs loaded up here in the earlier part of the week. You already ran Infernax, amazing run of that earlier in the week, and now you got Shovel Knight Pocket Adventure. So for you, kind of building up to this event, you got 2 games very different that you're running for it. I always want to ask new speedrunners that I get to interview kind of what attracts you to a speed run when you have this kind of variety?
Well, I really like finding myself at the beginning of a new game. And, the indie genre, especially these kind of modern retro games, there's always a place to, start a community, get in early in a community, really route the beginning of a speed run and have like a big impact. So I really enjoy being able to do that, whether it's, leading or following. And so I just kind of weave my way through indie games that catch my eye and, just lead where they follow.
Absolutely love to see that indie game representation at GDQs because so many of them, they're like the right length to have a GDQ, relatively short, and so many of them are absolute bangers that understand especially the retro style super well. Yeah. So I love people coming in, being able to get on the ground level, being able to route that from the start. And I would say out of all of them, looking at, your speedrun.com profile page, the game that is most prominent for you is this upcoming run of Shovel Knight Pocket Adventure. You've got to run in like every single category. What is it about this game specifically?
Well, there's one thing that really caught me whenever I first started playing the game, and that is the game moves as quickly as you play it. So it's kind of your typical like falling block game, like, think Tetris.
Sure.
But every time you move your character, the game also moves. So you're really at complete control the entire time. However fast you want to go, slow you want to go, risky you want to play. And it's kind of addicting just to play and play faster and start, being able to see things before they happen, it almost feels like.
There's something to be said for like, it's a speedrun with no BS, right?
Yes.
Like it's like you said, as fast as I want to go, the game will go with me. Every frame that I am pressing the buttons on, I am getting that result on screen. That's super, super cool.
Yes.
Now, that being said, one thing I probably should have brought up at the beginning of this interview, Shovel Knight Pocket Adventure, someone might be just looking at the schedule, maybe don't know what this one is. Oh, it's Shovel Knight. It's Shovel Knight, King Knight, one of these campaigns. It is a puzzle game.
Yes,
actually,
it is.
That we're dealing with.
It was actually a game that was originally being shown by the developer Vine on Twitter. Yacht Club saw it and was like, let's just make this a Shovel Knight
This
game.
is great.
And so it's a complete departure. It has a lot of familiar characters. They've introduced some new knights, but it is, at its core, it's a roguelite. There's an infinite stock mode, there's a single stock mode, you die, you start over. It's got the base kind of Tetris mechanics where blocks are falling, you need to destroy them to move on. But then it also incorporates kind of a Crypt of the Necrodancer style combat where you're the character destroying the blocks and you're trading damage with enemies, you're healing, you're unlocking items. And so it's this neat little mashup that almost like, to me, the best comparison that I can think of in my kind of gaming history is like an RTS game. That you have so much, you have a macro that you always have to be paying attention to, but the micro, every, key press is going to dictate the next.
That's great. You already kind of answered that question I was having. Like, is this more almost like a Puyo, Tetris? Like you said, it's got, it's a roguelite at its core. You've got almost like Crypt of the Necrodancer, RTS. Like, I can't wait to watch a run like this and genuinely just learn more about what it is from the commentary because it sounds absolutely fascinating and it looks brilliant to optimize.
Yes, and the graphics and the music are just like the cherry on top because as crazy as it gets, you always just have these bangers that are familiar from the Shovel Knight campaigns. You have just the graphical style that you know Yacht Club has just come to perfect
Yes.
that look.
Looks so clean, so good, and so much character to all of it. Well, I am definitely looking forward to your run, but again, this is your second run of the week. You've obviously had a lot of prep building up to this SGDQ, having to do both Infernax and this, pulling double duty. I want to ask you, future projects, what are you jumping into? I saw you got a top 10 time in King Knight, the King Knight campaign. Absolutely banger speed game. I love that. So selfishly, I want to see you go that direction, but what do you see your future being?
Well, you're in luck because King Knight New Game Plus is one of my favorite runs. I spent a lot of time on that, and there's another runner, Norcus, who's just got an incredible run that he really routed out the optimal use of so many of the sub-weapons.
Yes.
And it's a really high skill cap run because, you know, whether you're playing on keyboard, whether you're playing on controller, there's a lot to manage because you have the entire kit from the start.
Yes.
And I'm going back to King Knight New Game Plus. I'm putting time in it, showing it off to anybody that wants to see it.
I absolutely want to see that because I think there's a lot of people out there who maybe still have a somewhat negative stigma of New Game Plus speedruns. Like, oh, does it just make the game easy? Not in Shovel Knight. We actually had a good friend of mine, Mumu Akai, get to show off Spectre Knight.
Shout out
New
to
Game
Mumu.
Plus.
Yeah.
Where Mumu got to start the game with all of the sub-weapons, and you watched how they mixed and matched, and it was like a work of art watching on screen. I'm getting like goosebumps, honestly, thinking about that. And thinking about those capabilities with King Knight, all the awesome sub-weapons and that. Hopefully in a future GDQ, we get to see that.
Hey, you know, I'd be down.
All right. Dan's like, yeah, sure, I'll do another one. That'd be cool. Yeah. At least be on the catch night. It'll be there. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching this interview. Dan, thank you so much for bringing your talents here, not once, but twice to the SGDQ stage. And we are going to kick you back up to the front for more SGDQ 2022. Enjoy the Shovel Knight Pocket Adventure, everyone. Take it away.
That's right. We are getting ready to start that Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon run. I just wanted to squeeze in one quick donation here for you. We've got $25 from Mujid that says, let's get that Shovel Knight secret ending. And thanks to you, Chad, and all your donations, we have already met that secret ending before the run even started. So much hype this morning. So we're going to send you over to Dan the VP for Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. Take it away.